Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. So excited to have you joining us today. Tina, how are you doing?
Today is the Connect Summit.
It is the Connect Summit. I'm super excited. Last Wednesday of every month, we host a pretty fabulous virtual summit. And Tina, I just have to say, you look so glamorous today. Like you've got like the whole thing going on. I'm about ready for you to start teaching me how to look more glamorous because I'm sliding into like
The
further
glam.
and further away from glamorous.
But listen, if I took this off and took my eyelashes off and took all my makeup off, I would not look this glamorous. But believe me, I have a huge before and after picture.
I don't think I've ever seen you like totally before.
Nobody has.
Nobody has. Nobody has. Well, let's say welcome to our fabulous guest, Terry. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. This is so exciting, and I wanted to thank you for inviting me to talk to your audience, and I'm very pumped to do so.
I'm so happy. Where are you coming from?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yes.
What's the weather like there?
It's probably about 50 today. Luckily, in January, we went to Aruba for 5 weeks. We typically go for 2 weeks, but we said with all this COVID stuff, let's go for 4, and then it ended up being
5 weeks.
Yes, it was fabulous.
Wait, why did you go to Aruba for 5? How did you go to who goes to Aruba for 5 weeks?
Okay, Tina, only dogs can hear you now. Come down an octave.
5 weeks? What
Yeah.
a luxury.
Oh, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. So yeah, we normally go for 2 weeks, and with COVID, we said if we're going to travel and get sick, we better go for 4. And then weather came in the last week, so we stayed for 5. And I thought, I could retire and never go back.
Terry, we have heard there have been several guests who have adjusted, right, their lifestyle because of COVID, taking some extended vacations. Like there's just the kids aren't in school, right? We're not going. There's like no real reason to stay put. And so the fact that you recognize that opportunity and then jumped on it, I just want to say kudos to you.
Yes.
Fabulous.
5 weeks in Aruba. Who?
Yes.
Come on now, who would not want to do that?
We just went for my very first trip, right? We went to Mexico just for a week, and it was not long enough, right? It had been so long since we'd been on a trip, since we'd been on vacation, since we'd been to the beach. Right? It had been just extended that when that week came up, I thought that was definitely not long enough. I can't imagine though, right? Really getting to do that for 5 weeks, Terry. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, so it's a fabulous island. I've gone there since 1991, and they speak English. You can drink the water. Alcohol is flowing. There's casinos, but the one downfall is there's so many people, and tourists.
Really?
And so for this last 5 weeks, of course, they were only at like 30% capacity.
So normally there's a ton of people, but during this time,
yeah. So we were able to get into all the restaurants that typically you have to like reserve weeks out. So it was. And you have to get your chicky, which is kind of the umbrella. You got to get up at 3 a.m. to secure that. So it was a lot more restful, and so it's beautiful.
Oh,
well, fabulous.
Wisconsin. That's that up. Where is it at? Midwest?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
It's above Illinois.
Yes.
I have a lot of talents, but I'm very geographically challenged. Like I have to go. Okay, where is that at?
My husband's got cousins who live, just beyond the border in Illinois, maybe in 20 minutes into Illinois from Wisconsin. So sometimes we actually fly into Wisconsin to go.
Really? So my son lives on that borderline too of Chicago and of Illinois and Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say, Tina, your son lives in Chicago. I should know where Wisconsin is.
Let me find what city actually lives.
It looks like Sarah was able to join us. Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine. I was able to log in a little bit before because I had a technical issue, but now it's solved.
Oh, good.
Where are you at, Sarah?
Yeah, so I'm from Norway, actually. Far away
Fabulous.
from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Mm,
Don't,
where the
I mean,
fjords
doesn't,
are.
doesn't
Wow.
Wisconsin have, oh no, where's the Holland? Is that Indiana? Where's,
We have a Holland, Wisconsin.
is it Wisconsin?
Mhm.
Yeah, you have like a whole
Yeah.
little
He lives in Algonquin.
Algonquin.
Algonquin, yeah, that's.
There you go. That's where he lives.
Tina, learn listen to me. I can't even say that word. Learn.
No, she keeps with her strengths.
Yes,
Fab.
she does. Yes, she does. And I will tell you, like one of Tina's strengths is like this glamorous Hollywood starlet look that she has that she pulls out once in a while, but she is definitely, I mean, she always looks like shows up dressed to the nines. I'm getting more and more casual as you
Right?
know, I'm in t-shirts most of the time, my hair's in a
I have
ponytail.
pajama pants on.
You only have pajama pants on because it just doesn't matter. But if you would normally like you'd have the platforms,
I
like
would have heels and everything.
she would have everything.
I'm
So
5'3.5". I have to wear.
how many of you think like Tina should do some makeup tutorials and glam tutorials
Two
for
hands
us,
up.
right?
Two
Yeah.
hands up.
Yeah, why
Yes.
not?
I think I was born in the wrong century. I think I was born. Oh, I think I have lipstick on my teeth.
I think right? Like the glamorous
Yeah, I
20s.
think I was supposed to be in the Hollywood glam era. You know, that
Even your teeth want to wear lipstick.
I know. Even my
Got this.
person last week. I don't know if you've seen this on our thing. Angel reached out and say, "Tina, you have the most beautiful teeth. Where do you get them done?" And I went, "Get them. What do you mean get them done? Like these are my teeth."
You don't whiten?
Well, I mean, I use my little whitening pen.
See, I had my teeth laser whitened about, it was like 6, 7. I'd have to look. It was years and years and years
Laser
ago.
whiten your teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to laser whiten my teeth.
Well, because, okay, so
He's like, okay.
when I was a little girl, I fell down the stairs and broke my front 2 adult teeth. So these are caps.
Okay.
And so I was having some new caps made. And of course, they get to pick the color they want those front 2 teeth to be.
And
So we
you
made
picked
them just
white,
a little bit whiter than what I had at the moment. And she's like, and we'll just laser whiten the rest of them to match. And it has lasted like all these years. So,
Laser whiten.
and
Okay,
at the time though, it was like $500 to have my teeth whitened, which was ridiculous, right?
$500. Okay, Angel. So you and I have known each other for 2 years now, and every time we talk, we've learned something new about one another. Like we're both Navy brat, like like military brat. It's like the list goes on. So when I was younger, I fell and busted this tooth out too.
Did
So
you?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
This is a cap as well. And for the longest time, it started going all dead, and I would smile like this. Because,
Yeah, hide it.
I didn't want people to see that, And so I finally got it done, years ago, like 18 years ago. Got it redone, and so now I'm always, smiling. But that is so funny that you said that because I did the same thing.
You did the same thing. Okay, Terry, have you fallen and broken your teeth?
No, but I want to know how it kept so white, your teeth, with all that red wine. You drink.
Yeah, that was my question too.
I drink coffee all day long.
All day long.
I drink red wine
at
nighttime, like I do, but I have this one tooth down on the bottom, a real one that likes to get a little stain, but I just use my little thing and just.
I want to get laser. I'm going to get my teeth laser whitened.
Huh.
That's one. Yeah. Like, how there's always one thing or two things about you. You're like, that's one.
Want that done.
One thing that you like.
Your teeth. No, your teeth look amazing. Like that would not be the thing I would think would be on your list. I don't know what it would, but
the 2 things on my list is my lips and my teeth. Like,
what do you want to do with your lips?
No, that's the 2 things that I like.
Oh, that you like.
The only 2 things.
You're crazy, girl.
Look at how gorgeous she is. Look how gorgeous she is, right? And so we got this little palette of eyeshadows.
I
Do
used it today.
Terry, Sarah, do you guys do eyeshadow? Like you big makeup girls?
Sure, yes.
She's like,
Okay,
I do, but
I'm not.
I'm like really, really simple.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea what to do with all this.
I tried to do something today.
Did you?
But I don't think you can even see it.
I can see it. It's got
You know,
some
we were-
smoky going.
We were
Okay.
talking about how in the mirror, I like if you saw me in person, I look like rouged up and
Yes.
this is all bright. And then I get on camera and I'm super pale. But I want Tina to show me what to do. Look at
Okay,
this.
so this is what okay, so this right here, it was the top left. So that white one was right here.
Razzle. Okay.
Okay. The dazzle and let me see the other one. The dazzle and
Razzle, dazzle, hotsy.
okay, it was the one underneath the white and dazzle was right
Totsy.
here.
Okay, this Totsy.
Yep. And then flapper and Totsy was right here.
Wow.
So that's all that.
That's so pretty.
But I think it's the type of makeup as well, because it needs to shine a little bit and maybe be a little bit creamy, like this
Yep.
dry.
Yes,
dry
so
ones,
these
they don't
the,
show.
Let me give you a little tutorial on
the
makeup.
top 3 are like sparkly and then the bottom 6 are
Yeah,
are
so you
matte.
always want to put your sparkly one like right there in your middle of your eye because it makes your eye pop and makes you look like you slept good. But if you wet your makeup brush, a clean makeup brush,
Mm.
and dip it in your eyeshadow, it makes it a creamy eyeshadow, and it also makes it stay on longer.
I'm now.
Wow, that was a great tip.
Different Tina.
Go Tina. Go Tina.
Yeah, right. And all of us are 40-ish.
I know. I'm like,
Sure.
No. I'm
I'll
not.
take that.
Okay, so when you're 40-ish and above, instead of putting your concealer from here, here, you just put your concealer right there and you put it right there. And then it immediately lifts your eyes. So, and I have really dark circles under my eyes. So, and then you just, are you getting hot flashes?
I'm like all of this. I think it's humid. I think it's humid right here today. This it feels more humid today. I'm in Florida. Thank you. I just moved from Denver, right? I've lived in Denver most of my life. And now where it's dry, there's no humidity. It's fabulous for this kind of piece. But
Well, remember I told you that in the summer, Angel, you're going to have a hard time because it is 100% humidity down there.
I know, like I'm gonna have to put a fan in here or something that's not noisy. Like, is there such thing as a silent fan?
Can you hear my fan?
No.
So I have a fan on me.
You have a fan on you?
Yeah, because I'm always freaking hot.
Oh, you're always freaking out. Okay, all right. Well,
Oh, sounds good.
let's get to
I mean, I'm
know.
hot like this too, but I'm hot. I'm hot otherwise too.
You're a hottie. You're a hottie. You're so glamorous today. You look so pretty. And I just wanted to comment because you do. You definitely have pulled out all the stops. Today is the Connect Summit. So we've got a long, beautiful day in front of all of our lights and camera. And I might have to.
I think that's what makes a lot of it. You get so hot because all the lights are on. Like I have all my lights.
I know my lights are on. I am like glistening over here. Okay, let's get to know our guests a little bit more officially so you can know who's in the studio with us having this fabulous conversation. Terry, give us a little background.
They're blowing up right now, Angel.
Just keeping it real, folks. Just keeping it real.
We always keep it real here on the Angel and Tina Free Show.
Like, you know, social media, like it's I was actually reading something about Instagram photos and like how to take Instagram. And here's what she said. She's like, nobody wants to see the real you. Like that's not what they're on Instagram for. Like there's nothing real happening here. That's not what people are here for. So all fake. Like, and that's what they expect. So up your game. She's like lights, filters, poses, like
filters and like
she's like, yeah, they don't want to see the real you. That's not what they're here for. Yeah. Well, here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, sometimes it's the uninsta. The unstuck.
We will never be real, authentic, without makeup and hair here on the show.
I know we do have our little filters on. I might have to turn my filter down a little bit because it does. Terry's like, you have this white porcelain skin. I'm like, not in real life. Like this is like, I don't know how it shows up like that.
It looks like it. I'm telling you.
I love that. I love that. But I'm like, you wouldn't recognize me if you saw me in person. Okay, Terry, give us some background. Tell us about how you came to be the fabulous Miss Terry Westfahl.
Okay. So I was in corporate. In Wisconsin, yes. I was in corporate for 30 years as an HR executive, and I worked with all these fabulous women that had no idea that they were fabulous women. So I always say that they were trying to do the impossible for the ungrateful. And what
that's like mic drop.
Yes,
trying to do the impossible for the ungrateful. I mean, let's like if that was like truth bomb for you, right, ladies?
Some hearts,
right? Give us some love. Give us some love, right? Yeah.
That's something I need to say. We're trying to do the impossible for the ungrateful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, Terry. We just couldn't let that one.
Like, love it. Love it.
She likes to put these little nuggets down in her little note.
Okay.
Look, I like to write down too.
Like everybody goes, oh.
because as women, we can't resonate with that phrase, right? You know, we get all the appreciation, acknowledgement, recognition, all that nutrition.
No.
But
no.
no. So what I noticed was my natural kind of talent was to kind of coach these women up, boost their confidence, help them figure out what they wanted, and then create a path to get them there. And so I was at 15 years at a company, and I was a VP, and I was a principal owner, and the whole 9 yards, 6 figures. And I said to myself, this is the crossroads. Am I going to continue down this path, or am I going to make an impact? And so I quit my job at 15 years, and I launched my life coaching practice, and I never looked back.
Wow. How long ago was that?
That was in 2016. So just 5 years.
5 years.
It's not even that long ago.
Yeah,
that's a great milestone, right?
What? Yes.
5 years.
And it's been so fabulous. I've worked with women because I was working in the engineering and consulting, architectural consulting. And I've worked now with women from that knew me at that time. And they now have their own engineering firms, and they are, blossoming. I've had people that were in these horrible relationships that are now with the love of their life. I've had one woman that was like over 200 pounds. She's now a fitness coach. I mean, how do you get that at corporate, right?
Right.
So I really aligned with my internal purpose, and, you
what
just
amazing transformations you've seen, though. Wow.
Yes. And you know what? I think the bottom line is that I'm able to help people become vulnerable so they can really tell me what's going on. And then I can help them realize, that's normal. And people don't, they think they're broken. And then we boost their confidence, and I'm telling them how wonderful they are, because they are. And, just miracles happen from there.
It's so funny when you start to share your story, because you feel so ashamed of it. You feel like you're the only one who's gone through it. You feel like you're the only stupid one. And then you share your story, and all of these people come out of the woodworks, and you're like, oh.
I'm the only person that ever has broken my tooth.
Right?
I know. I never talk about it. I never share that. It doesn't really come up, right?
Tooth shaming.
People tell me that they love my smile, and usually I just tell them I paid a lot for it, right? Like, I bought this smile, braces, these front 2 teeth.
Well, I've never had braces, but I mean, it is so true. When you start to share your story, like when I shared my story, and in fact, a couple of days ago, I put almost all of my story on social media. Like, I've never shared.
Is that going to be in the book?
It is.
Okay. Sorry. Keep
The
going.
book?
my third book that I'm
The
writing.
third book. I'm telling you, they start to flow out of you like water. You're like,
Right.
okay, here's the
Right.
next one. Here's
Be
the
a glow,
next one.
yeah, be a glow stick, or you're a glow stick. It's one of the, like, something around glow stick, because somebody called me a glow stick a couple months ago. And I was like, what? And they're like, Tina, you're a glow stick. You had to be completely broken in order for you to shine so brightly like you do now. And I was like,
Oh, I love
so
that.
I couldn't
Right?
code Angel. And I was like, she was like, Tina, that's so true.
How many of us, right? We feel like we were broken, right? But because of that, look at how much brighter we shine because of what we've been through, how we can help others walk through
And then
that.
you share your story, and you get that vulnerability in you, like Terry was talking about, and you say, okay, I'm gonna tell everything.
Yeah.
And you
And
open
release
up
it.
and you share your struggles and your hurt and your pain and your doubts, and people go, oh my gosh, me too. Me too. And you're
Me
like,
too.
wait, you too? I'm not the only one? Like, I've been doing this for 2.5 years by myself. What? And you realize that you are not the only one. And then you start helping other people. Like when I was in San Antonio a couple weeks ago, all these people, Tina, oh my God, I'm in that situation now. Thank you so much for making me realize I have more inside of me, that I am worth it to get out. And I'm like, wow. Like I would have not have told my story. I would not have been that vulnerable. So good, kudos to you for helping these women find their inner strength to go out, tell their story, and be so vulnerable to make such an impact and transition in their life.
Yes, it's the best work. I mean, you feel as they feel as though you're helping them, but you are getting so much out of it.
Right?
It's just amazing. And just one of the best compliments I ever got along the glow stick line is someone told me, Terry, you think you're a torch, but you're a lighthouse. I was like,
That is right. Right. You're just like, oh,
so,
it's a lighthouse.
we got to get out of our own way.
Yes.
Amen to that. All right, Miss Sarah, give us a little background about your little story, and let's see. It'll be amazing to see the overlaps because there always are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so my story, I just became actually a mindset coach and a success and mindset coach. So my consultant for PGI. I don't know if you know Bob Proctor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Company.
How do I know that?
Yeah, so everybody knows Bob Proctor.
Yeah.
But my story, so I have been a nurse all my life, and I'm always like the caring kind of work. So I did that and really enjoyed helping people. I work most of all with elderly people, and I really love them and just enjoy working with them. But it was like I wanted something more. And I also had like there was something in me that just knew that I needed to change something. I didn't knew what. I just knew I needed to change something. So I finally got the guts to end my nursing job after 12 years. I was actually pregnant at the time I did it. Everybody thought I was crazy because you're becoming a mother in 3 months, 4 months, and you're quitting your job. So yeah, but yeah, but I live in Norway, and in Norway we have this system that if you have worked like they don't care about even 1 year before. Like if you have worked the 6 months before, you're still gonna get that salary that you had for the 6 last months for the whole entire.
I want to move to
Norway. Yeah, and I had worked for 12 years, so I was like I knew I was gonna get my payment, but that was like my escape because I needed an excuse that was more than me, like higher than me to kind of break through that pattern. And always like been like had really low self-esteem and really struggled with my self-image and like did everything for everyone, nothing for myself. And so my daughter became my reason to kind of escape from that, just break the pattern. And so, yeah, for a year or so, I just was a mom, like not doing anything for the first time in my life and just trying to figure out, what do I want? Who am I? 2 years actually. And so my self-development journey started. And I've actually been doing a lot of self-development before that, but like this was in a higher scale. So I had my first breakthrough when my daughter was like 7 months. I just understood that, whoa, I need to do something with my self-image, because that's what holding me back in life. So I got to break through a lot of barriers there, and a lot, like, I was the most jealous woman ever in the earth. And I understood that this has nothing to do about my fiance. It has everything to do about me. So when my breakthrough came, I just like shifted totally. And I haven't been jealous a day after that, because I just know my worth even more. And so it just like continued like that. I didn't know my purpose yet, but then I started actually the coaching program that I coach people on now. I did it myself first with my coach, and that just gave me like 360 degrees change. It changed my whole life, like everything, the way I thought about things, the way my thinking patterns, my paradigms, as we call it, my habits,
Your paradigm
my a self-image, my worth. Like I healed all that trauma and the experiences from my childhood and from my past, which made me find my purpose. And my purpose was exactly what I'm doing now, to help other women and people, men as well, to get to really heal their inner child, and to get to find their voice again, because I never had a voice. I This was all the things I found out. The reason why I always was a people pleaser and just stayed in a thing and did everything what everybody else, was that I was always told what to do, when I was never allowed to be me, and I was never allowed to have a voice or whatever. So it goes much deeper, but so that's the surface, right? So this is like my purpose now. I want to help everybody who needs it to really find their voice again and heal that inner child, and get rid of all that limiting beliefs that is holding them back in their career or lives or whatever, and to just step into that power, because we all have it and we just can't see it, and we don't know about it because we have so many limiting beliefs holding us back.
Was there one thing in your life that happened that you said, okay, this is enough?
Well, I can say that my last marriage, even though he was like really good to me, it wasn't about that. But I kind of stayed in that relationship way too long. It was like a 10-year marriage, and I was unhappy for the 5 last years. So I got to a breaking point there where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just need to do something. And that's why actually I got to kind of rebel that period. So I went out and I took tattoos, and I was like, strength from inside, be the change you want to see, and all the things that so I have like tattoos here now that is like, oh, okay. And I didn't understand what I was writing, actually. I knew that, like, you see, I've always been there, but I didn't see it myself. But so now I really understand the meaning of be the change you want to see, because everything is in our minds. Like,
well, you have to come out the other side, right? I mean, we have to give ourselves a chance to go through the journey and all the feels, right, throughout the way, and all the discoveries, and trying things on, and sampling, and figuring out, right, and getting, because it takes a while to undo all the shoulds, right, and everything you've always done. You have to go through the journey, but it's the fact that you come out the other side shows others and gives others the hope and the inspiration. And the fact that you did all that, Sarah, like, you're going to find there are people, they're like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe all the things I did to discover
Sarah,
myself.
I have a tattoo on my wrist that says fortitude with Philippians 4:13 on it. And fortitude, me and my best friend in Savannah got these tattoos, matching tattoos. So we remember that we had the fortitude. And if you look up fortitude, it means that you had the courage to go through adversity and change.
Hey, that's a big
Yeah.
word, Tina. How did you guys, I mean, did you like do the whole Google search of what
we did.
fortitude meant?
We did.
Okay.
Like I put, I had, it was a year and a half ago, I think. I was down in Savannah and I was there for like 3 weeks with her, and we were just doing all types of things, and she was kind of in a place and I was getting out of my place and still trying to heal, and I was, you know, her and I have always said we need matching best friend tattoos, you know. And I was like, I need it on my wrist so I can constantly see this. And I said, and I knew I wanted my life verse, which is Philippians 4:13, but I needed something more. And so I actually put a social media post out there. If there was one word that you would,
Was that like your word of the year that year or something like that?
That year. And so I said, if there was one word that you say, this is Tina, what would it be? And of course it was gratitude with everybody. And somebody said fortitude. And then Sal, my roommate, she said fortitude. And I said,
so how do you write that?
F-O-R, look, I have to read.
No, right? It's not like a word you hear in everyday language or that we're like using. I'm like, how did you come up with that?
U-D-E. So, and if
Okay,
you
one more time.
Okay, I was talking over you. You're gonna have to spell it again.
Yeah.
F-O-R-T-I-T-U-D-E. And if you look up the word fortitude, it means the courage to go through adversity and change.
Wow.
That you have the courage to get through whatever changes are coming your way, whatever adversity comes to you. And we both.
Oh, Tina, there's got to be a chapter in the book about that tattoo and that word.
And there is. And so we both looked at each other and we said, that's it. So we went the next day, and I called the guy. I called the guy that night, and I said, this is what we want. We got this, you know, I told her I want a kind of a fancy font, of course. And he goes, so you just went fortitude with the life verse? And I was like, well, I said, I don't know what else to put in there. He goes, what about an infinity sign? And so he put the infinity sign in there to mean that it's forever. That you're going to go through this forever, throughout your whole life, that you are going to have the fortitude to get through this. And then my life verse is Philippians 4:13, and that's, you know, through Christ I can do anything, you know. And her,
there's a website, or there's a temporary tattoo company called Conscious Ink. Have you heard of it? They have these they're temporary tattoos, so they're just like really fun when you're like going out with the girls, or if you're spending a week retreat or something like that. And
I go to Vegas in May, I should put a tattoo on me.
Yeah, but they're these empowering words, but they're in really pretty fonts, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, she believed she could, so she did, or
that's another one of my quotes.
Right. But when you, and I was going through when I first left the radio station, right, just kind of feeling like, okay, it's time to step into me, but really feeling like I had to be very brave about letting other things go. Because I think, like, we know what we want, and we're like, okay, I'm going to go do those things. But a big piece of the puzzle is walking away from things that no longer serve us. And we bring, like, I want all the changes, but I want to bring all this other stuff with me, right? Like it doesn't make sense. But so I found this company and these tattoos, and they have like these, like when you're putting it on, you're loving on yourself, you're like breathing that into you. And so, you know, it stays on for, you know, a week or whatever, but even, and it says, and even when it's gone, like that empowerment is still with you. And so I had it like on my forearm, and I think it was, she believed she could. So she did.
I can't picture you with a tattoo.
Well, and I had taken some pictures of it, and they, you know, I mean, if you look really close, like, you can tell they're not real, but they're just, I just looked it up, right? They're focused on a theme, right? They have little packs. They're just very impactful and very inexpensive too. Like, you can get a whole little pack of them.
I mean, I have 4 tattoos. 3 of them I got when I was very, very young. I mean, young, like 25. And they all have my kids' names on them, but the placements and the things that came along with it, I'm like, what the hell? So one of my tattoos, And this is before it was what it is now. So all full transparency, so everybody can know, Tina Torres has a tramp stamp, and it's a butterfly on my back.
Okay,
But
when did you get that?
at 20,
Like in the journey, like not the age, but
okay, I was 25 years old. I just had my third kid.
okay.
You know,
So
like
we're wanting to feel gorgeous again, right? We're wanting to feel
this was like a
desired.
tramp stamp back then. Like, in fact, I was working at a church. I was working at the church. I had found God in my life and working at the church, and I was bending over, and this guy says, "Tina Torres, you have a tramp stamp." And I said, "What?" I was like, "What?" And he was like, you have a tramp stamp." I was like, "What does that mean?" He goes, "On your back. You have a tattoo on your back." I'm like, "I do." He goes, "That's called a tramp stamp." I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?" And he goes, and I went, "Oh." And I was like, "Oh." So now I'm like ashamed. So I always keep.
Well, you can just
like
laser it off. You don't like it.
this big. There's like a butterfly, there's flowers, and then my son's name on the top of it. I mean, who does that? No.
Just put
But
it all
I like
in there.
your
But,
I
so
like
this one it was so I can see it every day. I
yeah.
was in a very, very bad place before I got this. And I was like on my arm, hands and knees, praying and praying and praying. And I used to, like, when I was going through my dark times, I would pray to God, like, "I'm done. Please just take me, like, I'm done. I'm done." So this is a reminder every time I'm on my hands and knees praying that I have the fortitude to get through adversity and change.
Mm. And I also like the other one that you
The
had, that
infinity.
because that kind of remind us that it's not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
It's not that okay, you dealt with it one time and you're fixed, done.
Exactly.
It's gonna come up for you in different situations, and every time you kind of try to leap and grow and change even more to the better, that old self-image, that limiting beliefs are gonna try to catch you again. And so by knowing that you always need to kind of be aware and work on it, and just let yourself kind of have the permission to release,
With it. Yeah.
yeah.
Want to, when you're going through that stuff like that, you don't want to deal with it. You just want to be like, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah, I know.
Have to deal with it.
You
And
have
it
to deal
also
with it.
kind of reminds me, like if I needed her, like I've been, my girlfriend, we've been best friends for like 16 years. Like we've been through like everything together. And so it kind of reminds me, and her too, that if we're ever in a place like this, call your friend, like call your best friend, and it's one of those, just, it kind of, everything, the fortitude, the life burst, the infinity sign, and knowing that my best friend has like the same thing. It was just like a bonding experience, and it was very, very healing. Like afterwards, we were both crying. The tattoo artist was like,
It's just a tattoo.
like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. It's not so very long time ago, like I came over that stuff, and just maybe a few weeks ago I was talking to another woman, and we were trying to find my avatar for my business, blah blah blah, and she asked me questions that kind of disturbed that things again, and emotions came up, and I just felt that shame and that guilt and that blame, and I had really difficulty with answering her questions. And she was like, "But you need to get deep if you want to like know what your customers want. You need to this." And I was like, "Yeah," and I was just trying to
do that.
answer her. Yeah, like very like on the surface answers, and she just kept on going, and it brought up the feelings again. And I was crying and crying and crying and talking. And I was like, I was finished with this stuff. But you're not.
No,
it's like,
yeah,
because it's exactly that. But now I handle it totally different. I'm like, okay, I accept you. I love you. This is totally fine. Release, send love, and we're done.
Understand that, okay, I have to deal with this. Okay, let me stop what I'm doing and actually process this whole thing. Let me take a step back for a second and know how to process it all.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I literally just went through this a couple weeks ago because I
Yeah.
had something
Yeah.
happen. I'm like Angel goes, "What's the matter?" Like I see something's going on. I'm like, okay, this, and this. And she's like, okay, take the time. You got to process it. You got to, you got to deal. And I think you need a vacay. So I went to Atlanta for a week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think
We just
about
need
what,
a day off, but
what
sometimes
this year.
we,
Yeah, like we did not take time off. We've just
Yeah.
been pushing, pushing, pushing. And it is like in self-care and reflection and downtime, we feel guilty.
Journaling helped me a lot, like with the gratitude journaling too, but actually journaling my thoughts, my feelings, my hopes, my dreams, like.
Sarah, do you do journaling?
Yes, I did. I did a whole like course on getting out forgiveness and forgiving myself and everybody else. And I'm doing like, this is actually something I'm working on now, to creating a course for people on this specific
On that specific.
Subject. And that's also on releasing, letting go, forgiving, and healing your inner child by conversations, and kind of giving love on a daily basis, and creating that new you, that you that you always wanted to be, and you always actually was, but you kind of suppressed it because
Let the
of
world squish it out. But Terry, how about you? Do you do journaling?
Yes. And one thing I wanted to mention from the last comment is, I think as women, we think that the right approach is to just push through, to just keep going, driving. And it just is so powerful just to take 10 minutes to journal or meditate. And I think one of the things that I love to journal on is the deeper desire. So if a block is coming up and you're avoiding doing something, it's typically coming from a place of protection. So your subconscious is trying to protect you from something. So when you look at what is that block trying to protect, what's that deeper desire that block is trying to create for me? And then working through forgiveness of the block, because they're really trying to help you. And then figuring out a strategy to get that protection without that block. And that is like life-changing for me, because I like to avoid, I like to people please, I like to do all the things.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Like a lot of women, and I think and I know there's a lot of women who watch our show every single day, and they're just like, oh my God, this is amazing. But we try to bring people on, and we don't know who they are when they come on. We kind of know a little bit background, but it always, just like Angel says, it always meshes together. And so in today's show, I think that a lot of women can really understand and know that we are all the same. We all have those doubts and those insecurities. Like, no matter how beautiful you think somebody else is, they think, oh, I have this wrong with me, and this wrong with me, and this wrong with me. And you're like, what?
Yes. We're all beautifully broken.
Right? I love that.
Yeah.
And people actually don't show, like, my whole life, people thought I was the most confident woman. I was always making everybody laugh. And if anybody had any assignments, they were like, give it to Sarah. She's going to do it. Because that was my self-image that I showed from to the outside, right? But my inside self-image was totally broken, right? So everybody, every time, like somebody gave me an assignment, I was freaking out inside, but I was taking it on with a smile. And yeah, of course I can do it. I'm like, oh my freaking fuck, what do I do now? Like inside. Yeah. So this is also like, people don't show to you all their insecurities unless they have gone through it and they own it now, and they kind of not making it bad part of themselves, but that's the part that actually made me even stronger today. So today I can talk about it, and I can kind of be proud of my of my past, of my story, right? I'm not my story anymore, and I'm just growing from my story. I'm stronger because of my story. So I got to thank my story and all
And
the
it's
people.
not the end of your story.
Yeah.
Your story is still going. That was just a chapter, maybe two chapters
Yes.
in your book.
Yeah.
Your book is not done. you know,
Yeah.
what your last chapter, your epilogue is not done.
No. And we're not done with our challenges. We just handle them in a different way.
Yes.
We just look at them in a different way. We just think about ourselves and our challenges that shows up in a different way. I see challenge as a way to growth. Before I saw it as, oh, you're a failure, you didn't do it, you're not good enough. Look at you, you did. You see,
You're gonna
there's
look
that's
bad.
the proof. Yeah. So now it's like, oh, okay, now I know how not to do it. I learned something. I can do it in another way, and this is a total mindset shift. And most people don't know that this is possible. They think that their thoughts are them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not. You're
And-
not your thoughts.
Yeah, and only you until you
Yeah.
start talking. You're like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can change your situation when
Yeah.
you start to
Yes.
change your perspective, right? Change your
Yeah,
thoughts, change your
everything
words.
comes from the thought, yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so ladies, let's let our audience in for, playing with you a little bit. Terry, what exciting project do you have coming up? What are you working on? How can our audience connect with you?
What I'm working on right now is congruency. Get that internal alignment, and so that it aligns with your external experience. And it's kind of that living without congruency is lunacy. Is
You
what I
were
call.
you were just like Mike. You are like media hashtag
Yeah.
media ready.
There
You got
you
all
go.
those sound bites.
All these little sound bites. Okay, say that again.
Living without congruency is lunacy.
Lunacy.
Yes. And
Is
so
that a title in a chapter of your book?
yes, it is. And I actually have two books coming out. One is Permission Impossible, and the second one is Me and My Shadow. And so what the packages are is it's a 3-month container where we look at all that shadow work, and it's the blocks, it's the beliefs, it's the negative projections, and then accepting all of that and learning how to move through it to the other side. And I think one of the most important things as a coach is to make women feel safe. And so once they feel safe, they can really express their vulnerability, get that story out, start boosting their confidence, create that clarity, and then put that action plan into place. And so there's actually 3 different types of clients I work with: the congruent coach, the person that wants to be a congruent coach, the person that wants a congruent career, and then the corporation that wants a congruent company. And so each of them start with that 3-month container where there's an alignment, and then they go into the 3 months where they're capturing that plan as far as, okay, I'm designing my packages, my pricing, my promotion, or I'm doing my resume, etc. So, and so what I've created for your audience is, before you do all that, you need to create your boundaries. Because if you're going to try to do your thing, you have to have parameters in place, because all of these naysayers are going to be coming in. So I have a beautiful 21-day boundaries journal that has all these wonderful prompts that I'm gifting to your audience. So that's me.
Oh,
And how do they get that, Terry?
I have a link. Should I put the link in the chat, or how do
Put the link in the Facebook chat.
okay. We'll do
Yeah.
that.
yeah, so that our audience, because we can have it here, but we really want our audience to be able to have it. So afterwards, you can always go back in, and we really encourage you to go and see all the comments and engage with them and have conversation. But put your opt-ins in the chat. If it's long, if you can say it, you can say it out loud too.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think it's long.
Okay.
Guess what?
Okay.
It's bit.ly ...
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Fabulous. Well, Terry, I love all the congruent, like all the different packages. It's very clear,
Yes.
but it is those boundaries. Those are critical. And too many of us are trying to do the impossible for the ungrateful because we haven't put our boundaries in place
Yes,
for them. Yes, it's fabulous. How about you, Miss Sarah? What exciting things are you working on? I heard you say you're working on a couple of courses, but how do you want our audience to connect with you?
Yeah, so What I'm working on right now, which is really, really passion felt, is that Healing the Inner Child course. So that's a course that's going to go over 5 weeks. And the internal work is actually designed to go over 3 weeks, but I will be coaching them as well on this, because I've been through it. I know exactly how long, like I know that you need some more time, and I know that the coaching in it will make the world's difference. So I'm offering actually a 5-week coaching, and in this process, they will be able to kind of get all that noise and the dirt on the surface and get rid of it once and for all, and go through that process of forgiving themselves and everybody that needs to be forgiven, you know, and creating that relationship with themselves again, the one that they can maybe never had or missed some time in their life, they lost. So to create that relationship, and then on the last process to create that new you, that new self-image that is working for you and that you want to be, because we can create whatever we want to be. So that is actually the newest course I'm working on now. And I'm so excited about this. I'm launching it 11th of April. So I'm having actually a masterclass about this to introduce the course and to give a value about this and why and what and how and all of that in my private Facebook group. So I can maybe put the link to the Facebook group. And as well, I do have another program, which is the program that I took myself. It's called Thinking into Results. And it's actually Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher's program.
I listen to it every single morning when I'm getting ready.
Oh, you have the course. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? It's life-changing, really. Yeah, and this is like the star.
Listen to it every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
For 14 days, I think, and then go to the next lesson.
Yes, and do the assignments. And I think you have coaching. I hope you have coaching with your program.
I do.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Because some coaches are having it, some are not having it, but I definitely have it, because I know the importance of having that support and having people to follow you up and show you the way and answer your questions and kind of be that moral and mental support for you, because we change so much through the program, and we kind of get really messed up. So we need that coaching, and that is my like star program that I really love to help people with. So I do offer these 2 things, and also 2 other small courses, but these 2 are like the ones I would love to talk about today.
I love that.
So I don't know how can I give people, and I wasn't thinking about any gift, but I actually wrote a very small, just like 8-10 pages ebook on like mindset strategies to get success. And I can gift your audience with that one, because that's what I have at hand right now. And also I would love to give them the opportunity to participate in the masterclass. So I can just share I haven't like been making the registration form and all that yet. So I can just give them the link for the group, because that's where it's going to happen, and that's where all the information is going to come anyway.
If it's long, put it in the Facebook chat, and then that way our audience members can reach out to you and grab it.
Okay, and where's the Facebook chat on your page?
The Angel and Tina Morning Show on Facebook. Yeah. When you go there, right, you should be able to see your beautiful faces, this episode on Facebook. You can share it out, add those links, have a conversation, invite others to watch this if they missed it live. Of course, it's digitally streamed on the Zandra TV network. And it, goes out to lots of folks. So they'll have to come back to the Facebook group and find your beautiful faces for those links. And so, we'll definitely make a way for folks to find you, because I think what you are doing, I mean, we can all resonate, right? We've all been there.
Yeah.
We know somebody who's gone through some of this stuff. I mean, we're women. We were born with uteruses. Like, I think it's a given.
Yeah, and it's also a program they will have for life. So it's like an event. They can go through it every time they feel that they need to reinforce it or whatever. They will have it for life. So it's not something they have for 5 weeks and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's like
think-
a formula.
I think women tend to, because we tend to take care of everyone else
Mm,
but ourselves. And then
exactly.
when the time comes, we like lose it because we have so much that we haven't dealt with that we're like, I don't know where to start.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
but you're like an onion. You got to peel off a little bit at a time and be like, okay, that layer's done. Now I got to deal with it and heal and da 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 da. And then okay, then we peel
Mm,
off another layer and then
But give yourself permission to do that.
yeah.
Right? Like give yourself
okay.
like take the time, take the break. The finances, the business, like that will grow. But if you are building something on this, right, this shaky foundation, this unsolid, it will collapse. It's a house of cards. So you are the foundation. You do you, right? You get strong, you do you, like find your inner strength, right? And let go of stuff, right? Let go of people, let go of stuff, let go of schedules, let go of habits, thoughts, behaviors, like throw it down on the ground, squash it and walk away.
Yes.
Mm,
And
yeah.
give yourself permission to get a coach. We don't like to invest in ourselves. And I have done all of these teaching tools on my own. And then I do it with my coach. And she says she has permission to probe on my answers. And we get so much deeper. And as women,
what?
yeah, everybody else. And we just,
You have to have that safe place, Terry, where you can take the mask off.
Yes.
Like the Superwoman cape.
Yes.
Right? With somebody who's not going to judge you. They're not going to, go and gossip about you. They are that safe place. They've walked that journey and they're bringing you to the other side, right? With love and guidance. And
yes. And their only purpose is to build you up. That's their invested, purpose, which is, who doesn't need that?
Exactly.
And when all the challenges come and the limiting beliefs come and they stay telling you that you can't or it's hard, you want to give up and the fear kicks in and all of that, then you have that one that is holding your hand. And actually,
because you're only going to go so far, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like even when we do like workout videos or something at home, like we're only going to go so far.
Yeah.
When somebody is there.
Like, okay, Angel, come on, keep on going, keep on
You
going.
have to do it. Yeah.
You're like, oh man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, ladies, this has been dynamite having you join us on the Angel and Tina Morning Show today. Truly have been a bright start to our day. We've got the Connect Summit coming up in just a couple of hours. If you are not yet registered, it's free to attend. Our series this month today is all about speaking and leveraging media, creating visibility for you and your brand. So you don't want to miss it. We have a dynamic group of speakers today. We have a full year of Connect Summit speakers that come to you in a rotation. Today from 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you can register at connectvirtualsummit.com. That's connectvirtualsummit.com. I have some exciting projects that we're working on. One of them launches on Saturday, which is April 3rd, which is 4321. It is the most perfect day of the year if you're going to launch something new to get that out into the world, because it's built into the calendar 4321. So we're kicking that off at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Launchathon, where it's a 6-month program helping you to launch your low ticket offer to create a brand new 6-figure revenue stream. Low ticket offer is something you can easily sell every single day. And you can get information about that at lowticketlaunchathon.com, lowticketlaunchathon.com. But join us on Saturday. But really, we want you to plug in today. I've got a free complimentary media starter kit at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. I know lots of stuff happening, right? Like we're blooming, like it's spring. And
well, like your shirt, you have all those flowers on your shirt, so you're blooming.
It is time to bloom. It is time to launch. And I'm just super excited. It's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be an amazing day, Tina.
It is. I'm excited. I got, I'm all glammed. I got my lashes. I got my hair. Got my, everything. Got my everything.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Otherwise known as the Gratitude Specialist. And yes, please go register for the Connect Virtual Summit today at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can still grab your book, beyondgratitudebook.com. Grab your book for $5. It's Strategies to Attract, Connect, and Convert More Prospects. In there, you'll also have a little chapter of my life on book number 3 that's coming out very shortly. That is just rolling off of me. But we are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We will see you guys tomorrow and in 2 hours. ConnectVirtualSummit.com. Go register. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.